Okay, so for this project, we're going to need a breadboard, and I'll be using the GPIO extension board with a ribbon cable connecting it to the Pi, but that's not necessary. I'm gonna use 4 male-to-male jumper leads, 3 resistors. These are 220s that came in the FreeNov kit, but 330 would be fine. And then an RGB LED. So it looks kind of like a regular LED, but it has 4 prongs on it. Okay, for this project, we're going to be using a common cathode RGB LED. If you're not sure whether you have common cathode or common anode RGB LED, then you'll also need a multimeter in order to test to figure out which type you have. Okay, so we're going to start with that, with figuring out what type of LED we have. So let me slide these out of the way. And depending on what kind of multimeter you have, okay, I have the Greenlee DM20. Let me bring this down a little closer so you can see the button. Okay, and we're going to turn the dial all the way down until you see this icon that looks like a volume control sort of a critter, and that is our continuity mode. Okay, so in continuity mode, you can test your LED here by spreading out these wires a little bit so we can get to them. Okay, so the longest lead here on your LED, if you are looking at a common anode LED, then that would be your power, and the outside LEDs would be ground. So if we put power and ground and it lit up, that would be a common anode. Okay, now if it's a common cathode and this longest lead here would be your ground and the others would receive power, so we're going to try that. We'll ground the longest, and whoops, it jumped right out of my grasp. So we'll put ground on the longest and then power on the outer leg here, and notice it lights up, right? I can also test that with the other legs, so ground the longest, right? Then that's my green control, and then this one would be, oops, the blue, right? So lights up blue, lights up green, and then this outside leg here, I can tell that that one controls the red, right? So that tells me that this longest leg is my ground, then red, green, and blue on the outsides there. So this is a common cathode LED, and that's how you can tell which is which.